Okay, let's go. All right, class.
Yes.
You guys, come on, seriously. You gotta try harder than that. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try this again. Class.
Yes.
Okay, that's better. Thank you. So, this is going to be part 4 of our doing this set of notes. So, especially if you missed a whole bunch, yeah, you can go back and check the videos. Yeah, if you missed Wednesday, then go back and check the video. All right, so we're going to go through, and these are the steps every single time that we go through for every single one of these problems. So this one right here is adding something else. This is adding this. See this 3 out here by itself? Yes, it's out there by itself. It's not multiplying or dividing to my cosine. Okay? If it's not doing that, that means that by itself is going to be my vertical shift. That's going to be I'm moving my center line, or I'm shifting my entire thing up 3. So the vertical shift is going to either move up or down. So this one's going to be a positive, so it's going to shift it up 3. So instead of actually wrapping my wave around the x-axis, it's now going to move up 3, and then it's going to start there. And it'll make sense when we actually go through and do everything. So same steps every time. Amplitude. What is the amplitude here? -2. Negativo dos. Period. Yep, 2 pi over 3. And then doing the parts. And we got to do phase shift too. So, does this one here have a phase shift? Say no.
No.
Because I only have 3x right there, right? I only have 3x. So if I had something else there, like a 3x plus pi, that would be a phase shift. But if you notice, I put in the parentheses here so we could actually see it's only that there. And this says over 2 periods. I only want 1. As long as you show all your parts, everything that you have with your work, all I need is 1. So let's go through. Since I don't have a phase shift, I don't have to worry about the PS here. So it's going to be 0 times my period, which is going to be 2 pi over 3. Come on. Stuff work. 2 pi over 3. There you go. And the next one is going to be 1/4 times 2 pi over 3. 1/2 times 2 pi over 3. 3/4 times 2 pi over 3. 1 times 2 pi over 3. So I'm hoping you guys to do this math on your own. You should be able to do the multiplication of the fractions. But let's say, for instance, you suck at fractions. Big time. You cannot do fraction to save your life. This is what you do. You put it in the calculator, but don't put the pi. What do you do with the pi? Denny, what do you do with the pi?
Slap it on there.
Slap it on the end. Say good game, right? So you could do the other math in the calculator. It just pi is irrational. And your calculator will try to give you a decimal for that. So you just slap the pi on the end. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, I'm gonna get 0. Next one's gonna be pi over 6. Next one's pi over 3. Next one is going to be,
Nope.
huh?
Pi over 2. Nope.
Pi over 2, yeah. And last one is,
2 pi over 3.
there we go. So, 4 and 5, plug it in, graph including VS, which is my vertical shift. That's where it's going to come into play here in a moment. So, I'm going to go to a new page over here. Start by doing my graph. 0. And so now, we got 0. What was my last one? 2 pi over 3, right? All right, put my points there. That's going to be pi over 6, pi over 3, pi over 2. Now, this is not necessary here for the vertical shift, but I'm going to show you what it actually does. So my vertical shift is positive 3, right? Say yes.
Yes.
So instead of starting right here, I'm going to start right here. So I'm going to start there, and what's going to happen is, I'm just going to draw a dotted line so you can see that this is going to be the new like baseline right there. So where it's starting at, and it's going to go up and down from around there. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to my problem, which was 3 minus 2 cosine 3x. And start plugging in. So if I plug in, it's 3 minus 2 cosine of 3 times 0. Now unit circles out. Unit circles are your friend. All right, 3 times 0.
0.
0. Now, put your finger on 0. Okay, so cosine at 0, 1 times 2.
2.
Okay, so that's going to be 2. So this is going to look like 3 minus 2. So what is 3 minus 2?
1.
1. It's positive 1 here. Does that make sense, or did it nonsense? Because we had to do a little bit of mental math there. So do you want me to do step by step? Go back over it? Yes? Okay. So 3, come on now. 3 minus 2. All right, so it's going to be cosine. We got cosine. Cosine at 0 was 1, right? So I'm going to just put 1 right here. So order of operation, I'm going to do my multiplication first, right?
Yes.
So that's going to give me negative 2, or just 2, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be 3 minus 2, which just gives me my 1.
Yes.
A little bit better sense? So I know it gets lost a little bit here because I'm asking you guys to try and hold on to numbers while you're doing this with some mental math, and this might as well just be a Monday, right? So let's go through and keep going though. Let's do the next one. 3 minus 2 cosine 3 times pi over 6. 3 times pi over 6. Pi over 2, very good. Now put your finger on pi over 2. Now what is cosine at pi over 2? 0. 0 times this negative 2 here. Or 0 times the 2. 0, right? So now it's going to be 3 minus 0. 3. Alright, next one is going to be 3 minus 2 cosine 3 parentheses pi over 3. All right, so 3 times pi over 3. Just pi, right? So now put your finger on pi. Cosine at pi. -1. So I have 2 times -1. -2. So it's going to look like this. It's going to be 3 minus -2, right? Yes?
Yes.
So our mental math, you guys got to think about this. So it's because this came came up with a -2 now, right? Minus a negative becomes
A positive.
positive, becomes plus. So now it's going to be 3 plus 2, which gives me
5.
5. Okay? 3 minus 2 cosine at 3 pi over 2. Alrighty, so 3 times pi over 2. Three times pi over 2. 3 pi over 2, very good. So cosine at 3 pi over 2.
0.
0 times 2.
0.
0. So 3 minus 0. 3. So again, that mental math, I want you guys actually practicing that. Okay, I know it's kind of hard. Got to get your brain up and moving. Is that really a good phrase, to get your brain up and moving?
I guess.
I don't know.
It works.
Exercise your brain. Exercise your brain. And last one, 3 minus 2 cosine 3 times 2 pi over 3. All right, let's see. So 3 times 2 pi over 3. 2 pi. Now, finger on 2 pi. What is cosine at 2 pi? 1 times the 2 out here is going to be 2, right? So now it's 3 minus 2, which gives me 1. All right, so let's go through and put in my numbers. So at 0, I was at positive 1. At pi over 6, I was at 3. Pi over 3, I was at 5. At pi over 2, I was at 3. And at 1. 2 pi over 3 is at 1. Does that make sense? Now the orange line that I put up there, it's not always necessary, but there is some times in which they will mention it, and that's what I'm going to call it now. This is actually midline. That's the midline. So it's the line that my wave is wrapping around. That's going to be my midline there. So my vertical shift moves my midline. All right. Questions? Concerns? Complaints? go. Bam, bam, bam. All right, this last one here. Last one here. I want you guys try this right now, step by step, all by yourself, because this is everything that we've done. I'm going to pause the video here because I don't want to take the whole time for the video. And then we are going to put the answer up here in a second. All right, where are you people watching the videos? Let's see what we got here. Anyone have trouble with these?
Yes.
Yeah, what's wrong?
How do you get the phase shift?
Phase shift. Phase shift is where we take, and we have to do this right here. That piece. So my phase shift, there's kind of a formula thing I pull off to the side. So my phase shift is equal to, so I take this, which is called my argument, 4x plus pi, and I have to divide out the number in front of x, always. Because I have to have x by itself for this to work out. So that x has got to be by itself, so I'm going to take that out. So it's going to be 4 parentheses, so I'm going to divide each item by 4. So that's going to turn that into just x by itself. And then plus pi divided by 4, pi over 4.
For the amplitude, wouldn't it be 2?
When what?
For the amplitude?
Oh, you're right. I screwed up, didn't I?
I do it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good job. All right, you just earned yourself a cookie. All right, so you said it is, yeah, it is 2.
I knew it wasn't tweaking. I was like,
On a whole new era. G-phone, step to this, I dare you. Rhythm is life. Life, I live it.
So phase shift is off, right?
And the phase shift is going to be the opposite side. Okay? So because remember, it goes, if it's moving to the right, it's got to be a negative. If it's moving to the left, it is a positive. So that's why I get a negative pi over 4. Alrighty. And here's what my graph looks like. So I think I accounted for everything, and even though I screwed up on what I said my amplitude was, I still got it correctly when I did my multiplication out. So when I plug it in, it all comes out anyway. I just picked the wrong number on accident. So my numbers were -1, 1, -1, -3, and -1. All right, make sure you guys all like, share, and subscribe.
Good morning, Bobcats. This is just a reminder that today during advisory, there is no travel. Again, today during advisory, there is no travel. Teachers, please see the advisory teams channel where this information was posted. Today is a no travel day. Thank you.
Okay, so don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Use the promo code EARLYBIRD and get 10% off the merch store.
You go back to the slide.
Yeah, I will.